I've transformed a lot of furniture in my life, but there are a few pieces that stand out from the rest as the most shocking and stunning furniture makeovers I've ever done. First up is this bathroom vanity. I picked up secondhand for only $40. Although it's outdated, it had more potential than the other vanity that was in the space, with a cultured marble top and a pretty faucet. The side that was unfinished would be exposed in my bathroom layout, so I added a piece of plywood, glued and nailed in place. I used wood filler in the seam and then sanded the whole piece to prep for paint. After primer, I painted it with 2 coats of the color Shutters by Dunn Edwards Dura. However, upon setting it in the bathroom space, I decided it looked too low down at only 31 inches tall. I hauled it back out to destroy part of what I'd done by cutting the bottom flush and screwing in wood legs that I stained to match the home's trim work. I maneuvered the vanity into place and added a toilet paper holder as well as large handles to the doors. This turned out so adorable, I can't stand it. It feels great. I was able to repurpose this vanity and reuse the same counter and faucet. Next up was this very orange and very large secretary I got passed down from my husband's grandma, who wanted me to give it new life. It was not my style, so I'm going to drastically change the look. First, I'm going to try and get rid of that orange color. I'm going to remove all of the hardware. I'm going to work on stripping with this Ready strip. This is a more environmentally friendly type of stripper. When it had worked its magic, I scraped off the varnish and then I got to sanding. The wood was still super orange and I was hoping to successfully sand that out. But this piece is solid maple, and so no amount of sanding I was going to do was going to completely pull that super orange stain out of this wood. So I ended up bleaching, and I have a whole video about how to use household bleach to clean stain out of wood. This process allowed me to get a uniform and natural color on this maple piece. I love it. After neutralizing the bleach solution with vinegar and water, I wiped everything down, and of course the grain had risen, so I had to go back and sand everything smooth again before finishing. I just did a poly coat over all the pieces. I'd worked so hard to get back to its natural color, and then everything that I did not strip, sand, bleach, etc., I painted, and I used a high quality paint from Heirloom Tradition. The Mediterranean color is just so beautiful. In the end, I did end up having to take out the grids on the window panes. I also changed a lot of the structure of this piece by removing the ornate details like the legs and the crown molding on top. I actually made new legs with a maple dowel and a little help from Grandpa on his lathe. I glued and screwed those new legs onto this piece, and it's starting to look a lot more mid-century modern, which is more my style. Finally, it was time to seal all my hard work with polyacrylic. In this video, I've already shown you so many products that I use to do furniture transformations. So every DIYer needs to know about this place called the Household Hazardous Waste Facility. Your local HHW facility is a place you can bring your used paint, stain, or any household chemicals like cleaners, herbicides, pesticides, etc. to drop it off safely. There they will dispose of it in an environmentally responsible way. The best part is the reuse store, which is completely free. You can go get products other people have dropped off that are still usable for your projects. Some places like Ramsey County in Minnesota that I'm showing here have really comprehensive programs, and you might not even know they exist. So go right now online and find your local household hazardous waste facility. If you don't have one, then speak with your local elected officials about getting one in your area. After new handles were added to the drawers of my secretary makeover, the piece was finally done and I could put everything back together. Here's a reminder of what it looked like before. So orange, so outdated. And after all that work, it looks like this. So beautiful. The Mediterranean blue with that natural maple color is just my favorite combination. It's so classy. I think I'm going to love this piece for decades to come. I may have saved the best furniture transformation for last. You'll have to let me know in the comments below which one you enjoyed the most. But this red and gray painted dresser I picked up secondhand for only 20 bucks. I suspect it's mid-century because of the simplistic lines, dovetail drawers, the center slides, and the tapered legs. But I don't really know. I just think it has potential. I'm going to dig into it and see. So I applied a stripper on all of the drawers, and I cover it in plastic wrap to make it more effective, keeping the product wet and allowing it to really eat through all the layers of finish. Now, my camera actually turned off in the middle of me scraping And so that file got corrupted, and all I have to show you for the scraping process is this clip from my phone. But isn't this incredible? Thankfully, the people who painted this did not use primer. This came off so easily, and immediately after stripping, I just wiped it with rubbing alcohol and could start sanding. There's a routed groove on these drawers where the wood grain switches direction that I want to feature by painting it black. So I filled that in with black paint, and then I came into sand. The front of these wood drawers are veneer, so I had to be careful not to sand too deep. But I'm really, really pleased with how these turned out. I just sealed them with Odie's oil. It's a new product I've come across that I'm obsessed with. It works so well. It's like durable, waterproof, smells amazing. It soaks into the wood and really solidifies to a nice hard finish. I did not have time to pull all of the paint off this piece, and so I decided to just sand down the gray paint job on the top and sides of this dresser and then give it a couple coats of black. I replaced the drawers and I swapped out the knobs for ones that were light gold and a little more my style. Look at this mid-century modern makeover. I am obsessed with the wood grain on this veneer. It's so interesting and beautiful. It was definitely shocking to find that underneath that ugly red paint. If you like home DIY, be sure to follow and subscribe to my channel. Welcome to the woods. We'll see you next time.